So some of you guys may know I'm a mom. And yes, this is my daughter, Georgie.
Look at her go.
Who's learning to skate right now.
She's fearless.
And Johnny is so proud of this.
Absolutely am.
But my journey to get to Georgie was very difficult. My journey to motherhood was extremely hard, and I struggled with fertility for years. I had countless miscarriages and surgeries and a lot of loss before Georgie was born through surrogacy, which I'm so grateful for. And personally, I was really lucky to have all of those resources. And I'm well aware that not many people always have that opportunity, especially when their health is at risk.
And our next guest is the founder of the Chick Mission. It's a nonprofit that helps preserve fertility for women diagnosed with cancer. And that makes her a rad human. She's also a cancer survivor herself. Please help us to welcome Amanda to the show.
Thank you so much for being here. And, you know, I know that this is, personally, I know about what you do. So, but I want to tell everyone else, it's an incredible organization. And can you explain why it's so very, very important?
So, as you may or may not know, young adult cancer is on the rise. And although that is really scary, survivorship is also on the rise. So when you think about your full life after cancer, you want that option to become a parent. And one of the things that is sort of a lesser known thing that people talk about is infertility. So if you have chemotherapy, the quality and quantity of your eggs can diminish quite rapidly. And so we are the Chick Mission. We're all about helping young women with cancer preserve their fertility, cover the cost of egg freezing, because it can be very expensive.
It could be, I mean, egg freezing, I've done it myself many times. It's $20,000 just to go through that process. And I just think it's, you know, for someone like me who was trying to become a mom for a half decade without going through a medical journey that many women face through cancer, fighting for their lives, and then afterwards when they want to rebuild their life and build a family and look forward and hopefully have children, if they don't have that option, that's just more loss on top of loss. So, I mean, you're just changing so many people's lives. So thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for what you do. This was inspired by your own cancer journey. Tell us about that.
I was diagnosed not one, not two, but 3 times in my 30s, and it took my breath away. You know, it was the 3rd time I was diagnosed. The prognosis was really good, but I was still scared. It was the moment where I actually had fertility benefits and went to freeze my eggs, and the insurer told me that I didn't qualify because I wasn't infertile yet.
Yeah, it is just so much work needs to be done in this area, and especially because it's not only emotionally draining, physically draining, but financially. The cost. So what are the financial requirements for the program, and how exactly does that work?
You know, it's need-based, but we try to be really generous because it costs $15,000 to $20,000 to freeze your eggs. So if you're a single woman, $150,000 or less will make you qualify if that's your income. If you're a couple, $250,000 or less, you would qualify for one of our grants.
Which is, it can change so many people's lives and build families. And I know that you're also doing something that actually I'm involved in, and that's fighting to change fertility laws. I actually was just on Capitol Hill fighting for this, demanding that we get this insurance. But go on. Thank you.
Because it's all of our voices matter. Our state and federal politicians, they want to hear from us what's important to the future. And so we've gone state by state and lend our voices and our stories and the stories of our grant recipients to legislators to tell them we can band together and change this. And so far, 21 state laws have changed. We're part of a broader coalition that has just worked tirelessly to get this done. And we're currently working on legislation in both Arizona and Pennsylvania. So if anybody in this audience, you guys, anyone that you know, you can sign a letter of support. It takes 15 seconds.
Yeah, just sign the letters.
It's amazing. It's so efficient, an efficient way to change things.
And we're also now joined by Rebecca, who turned to the Chick Mission after her cancer diagnosis.
Okay, so you always wanted to be a mom. Was it a dream that you had from being a little girl, or where did that come about?
Yes, I come from a big Italian-Irish family. I have multiple cousins on both sides of the family, and I actually grew up with all of my cousins, aunts, and uncles, siblings on one piece of property. So a big family was always something that I saw for myself. Therefore, fertility was always at the top of my mind. I was 28, as single as could be, and really wanted to make sure that I could have kids. So I went to the doctor and got just a regular checkup, and then came back with an abnormal pap smear. Long story short, it ended up being cervical cancer. It was tumor-based. I had to move very quickly. It was a fertility preservation type situation, and I got recommended by a friend to reach out to the Chick Mission. They saw my story, read my file, and really just stepped in with no questions asked, and really just was there with me and just said, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna preserve your option to be a mom while you're also dealing with this life-threatening illness.
I'm sure they were cheerleading you the whole way through, but
Yes,
we understand something unexpected happened in the middle of your journey.
Yes, 5 days after my egg retrieval, I met my husband, which was really the last thing that was on my mind. You're 15 pounds heavier than you want to be from IVF treatments. And then our mutual friend, Ashley, set us up, and we just hit it off really right away and moved very quickly. We both wanted a family. We knew that it was going to look a lot different for us than most people. We didn't know how long it was going to take. So we met, we fell in love, we got married on New Year's Eve of 2024. And we now have a little baby boy, Tino, who was just born in January.
Congratulations! Oh, it's amazing!
That must be so exciting for you, right? Like when you get the call or you hear the news that something that you did, 2 years ago or whatever it was, that little embryo then that you were able to create is now Earthside. I can't even imagine
it's
how
crazy. I mean, we have
rewarding.
13 babies from our program so far, and every time one arrives, I just lose my mind.
I know. Okay, but that's not the only exciting news.
No. Everyone likes to say that me and my husband go from 0 to 100 very quick, and we really hit this one out of the park. Because of my situation and how we didn't know how long everything was going to take, it was a very high-risk pregnancy, so we didn't know if it was going to be successful or not. We did surrogacy simultaneously, and our gestational carrier is pregnant, and we are welcoming our second.
Wow! Congratulations!
I did surrogacy too.
Yes, it's a very different journey, and I'm sure it was very challenging, and I can understand all of those nuances, but to be able to have 2 embryos from my egg retrieval with Chick Mission now, become my kids is really something that I couldn't have imagined.
I know you definitely have. Yes. And I feel like you may have a very special message for Amanda.
Yes, I just want to say thank you to you and to Chick Mission because, like I said, you stepped in immediately, gave the money, gave the medication. They are literally shipped to your house, and you become a doctor very quickly. And they were shipped to my house, but the fact that you and Tracy and all of Chick Mission heard my story, were on my team, were on my side, and now have given me 2 little babies is really just something that I could never thank you enough for.
All right, wait, before we continue, can we hug you guys? Yeah. Can we please hug? Oh. Oh, well done. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for what you do.
Oh, well done.
Okay, so we just come on the Kelly Clarkson Show to cry. It's fine. Okay, but I have some more exciting news. The owners of Lola Blankets created their company in memory of their mom, Amy, during her cancer battle. Amy's blanket brought her so much comfort, and before she passed, Amy gave each of her kids a blanket to always feel her love. To help you give more women hope for the future, and in honor of their mom, they're donating $5,000.
Thank you for everything you do, and congratulations. That's amazing, wonderful news.